Hello and welcome back to another episode of Weekly Waypoint, and one of the dumbest ideas I've had for a while. I actually recorded an entire match of Unreal Tournament 99, but I just thought I wasn't feeling it. I mean, I've still got it on my hard drive, I might use it in the future. It wasn't a bad match, but I wasn't feeling it. I didn't really know what to record for this week's Weekly Waypoint, because everything I'm playing is on Xbox, so I don't know what to do. So then I was like, hey, I kind of want to do something really weird and different, and Audiosurf, sure, fuck it. So basically what I'm doing right now is I have already recorded what you're hearing right now in this game. You are just watching a recording of me playing the game, with this commentary actually being audio from within the game that you're hearing right now. Basically, I've kind of wanted to do Audiosurf on the Weekly Waypoint for a long time. I just don't really know how, because music gets flagged and all that. And sure, there's music I can use, like video game music or something like that, which wouldn't get flagged, but I don't know, I just wanted to see what this would be like. I think it's dumb. For the record though, because I do kind of know what it's going to turn out like, because I have tested one of my older videos through this before, I do just quickly want to put out there that usually it's more exciting than this. When you've actually got music, it goes like downhill and it goes fast and there's loop-de-loops. Maybe I can conjure one up now. Okay, I wonder what that looked like. I guess I'll find out. But yeah, that's what you're watching. On with the actual video then. This week they added Skyrim to Xbox Game Pass, and partly as a joke and partly just to see what it's like with ridiculously short load times, I decided to download it to my Xbox Series S, and that's pretty much all I played today. I played Skyrim for hours because it's amazing. Don't judge me. I have a rather special relationship with that game in that I 100%ed it on Steam. Basically it was one of those RPGs which I just kept starting over and over again and seeing the first 5 hours of over and over again, and eventually I was like, no, fuck it, I know that there's a great game here, I'm just gonna force myself to keep playing it even when I get the urge to go and play something else. And it was like I broke through a wall. It was like, for the next like hour or two I was like, oh man, you know, this is normally the point where I'd be like, I'm gonna go play something else, but I just forced myself to keep playing, keep focused on that game, and then I like broke through a wall and suddenly all I cared about was Skyrim. And then I pretty much just went down a road of playing it for weeks until I 100%ed it, and it was amazing. And it's a game that I constantly return to, and there's just something about it, man. Like the just like basic level of gameplay just hooks me in. I mean, across all platforms, I've put easily 150, maybe 200 hours into this game, and I'm on this playthrough and I'm doing quests I've never done before. I'm discovering places I've never been to before, things I've never seen before, and that's kind of crazy. At the same time, the familiarity of it is just really comforting. It's like a comfort food game now for me. Also, hilariously, it's making me want to play Elder Scrolls Online, which I'll get to in a minute, but not before I talk a bit more about Skyrim. I'm playing as a character called Dust Swiftgrace. She is an Argonian sneak thief, stealth archer, and yeah, I know stealth archer is like the build everyone goes for, but here's where my love of Skyrim really comes in. So when I started playing, I just played I guess you could say battle mage. I did like the conjuration sword thing, so I was kind of a mix of melee and mage, and I didn't do anything bad. I didn't do any crimes, I didn't do anything illegal, I was a good boy. Until that point I'd never really bothered to check out the evil path in games, because they just kind of made me feel bad when I was doing it in dialogue options and stuff. And also I had this kind of paranoia that if I did too many crimes, you know, it would break my save file in a way that people would treat me like I was disrespectful and all that kind of a stuff. I wanted to, I mean, I didn't put a huge amount of thought into it, but I basically just made the choice to not, you know, do crimes or be bad or anything like that. And then when I decided to 100% the game after I'd already done the main story and the Civil War and the, I think the College of Winterhold storylines, I looked at the Thieves Guild and I was like, sure, I don't normally do that kind of a thing, I don't really like it, but sure, I'll do it. And then I discovered how fun Skyrim is when you're a bad guy. Oh my goodness. Following up on that with the Dark Brotherhood and just being a murderer, like, so fun, so fun. And so I didn't put a huge amount of thought into my character when I was making it, because I was just there to quickly test the load times and stuff like that. So I was like, fuck it, let's make an Argonian stealth archer, why not? and now I was like, okay, I'll go do the Thieves Guild stuff, and doing the Thieves Guild stuff I got sucked back in. I was like, oh, I forgot how fun it is to do crimes in this game. So I downloaded it a couple of days ago. I'm currently level 23, I finished the Thieves Guild storyline, and I'm trying to buy a house in Riften. So yeah, that's where I'm at in Skyrim, because it's just constantly 2011. I mean, I could be playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I could be playing World of Warcraft Shadowlands, I could be playing Crash Bandicoot 4, which is a game I bought this week, which I'll talk about in a bit. But no, I'm playing Skyrim. As I mentioned earlier, playing Skyrim made me want to reinstall ESO, and I haven't because... so here's my thinking, right? I have it on PC obviously, but again, it's one of those games where I'm constantly getting little lag spikes all over the place, and I just kind of want to see how that would run on an Xbox and see if I would prefer my time there, because I have tried the controller controls, which is weird to say, before, and I did like them. That game is perfectly playable on a controller, so I was like, hey, I'm going to see how big the download is. It's 90 gigabytes. Not downloading that to my Xbox right now. Although if I deleted Assassin's Creed, I probably could, but I don't want to admit that I've fallen off the Valhalla bandwagon just yet. Not wankbagon. That's okay. Anyway, so yeah, I looked it up and I found out that there's a Series XS optimization patch coming at some point. They haven't said when. Probably sometime. Well, definitely sometime next year. It's not coming in the next 9 days. But hopefully sometime soon, and when that hits I've decided, sure, I'll make room on my Xbox, I'll download it and I'll start it. The big deal about starting out on console is that it is a completely separate account. You cannot merge accounts, sadly, and that's put me off trying the console version for a while now, because it was also free to play on PlayStation Now, but luckily I didn't start an account over there. But with this, it's got, like, you know, I could use Xbox game streaming to play it as well, so, you know, maybe, why not? The only thing is I wouldn't have any of my progress, I wouldn't have any of my purchase history, but when I think about it as just something that I start building, instead of that I'm replacing my PC, because I'm not going to replace my PC account with it, but it's an alternate account that I start building, then it becomes a little bit more palatable to me. It helps that that game has a lot of character specific stuff anyway, such as mount speed weirdly is character specific, a lot of the crafting stuff is character specific, although you'd be able to send it across account anyway, I guess, but whatever. Basically what I'm saying is there is a lot of stuff in that game where it wouldn't feel that different starting a new character on a different account that it would starting a new character on the same account. So why not download it on console and start my console account? And I mean, I access most of the DLC through just like subscribing to ESO Plus when I'm into the game and dropping out of it when I'm not anyway, so it's not like I have a huge amount of purchase history that I'm missing out on. All I'll be missing out on is the Elsewhere and Greymore chapters, which I could just, you know, bear not playing, I guess, but hopefully they include the Elsewhere one for base package when they do this update, because it is getting old now, in comparison to, you know, just the timing that they usually add these things in. Somerset too, it didn't say if Somerset was in there or not, I just remembered that, that's a bit weird. So yeah, I'll check that out at some point in the future. I said that I bought Crash Bandicoot 4, didn't I? Shall we talk about Crash Bandicoot 4? I'm currently on World 3, I'm about halfway through World, well I say World 3, it's the, you know what I mean, it's a Japanese area in the game. The Japanese looking realm that they go to, and I think it's really good. It's a really good fun game. I think I'll enjoy it more if I stop trying to be a completionist about it, because that's kind of putting me off right now, because the way they do it is now they've removed, well, you can still opt to do it, but I assume the gem still works the same either way, but they've removed the whole lives mechanic, and they've replaced it with a death counter, and now if you die more than 3 times in a level, you basically don't own one of the gems. And also if you don't find all of the boxes in a level, that's another one of the gems. And what's annoying about that is that if you miss out on both of those gems, then you know you're going to have to replay the level another 2 times if you want to do the completionist stuff. So I always get annoyed, not when I die 3 times, but when I reach the end of a level and I've died 3 times and I've lost all of the boxes. Or what am I trying to say? And I haven't collected all of the boxes. So that's been kind of like frustrating me, and I just need to like put that aside and just play through the game first and enjoy it, because it's a really good game. I think it does everything right, it's really fun. Also, I've bought Immortals Phoenix Rising, but I'm not playing that till Christmas, because that's a Christmas present to myself, and so was Crash Bandicoot 4, but this one is definitely a Christmas present to myself, and we're not going to open that one before Christmas Eve at the very earliest. Basically, there's an Xbox sale on right now, and you know, overtime and all that. I'm like, sure, I can do games at the minute. That's nice. I'll buy some games. I'll also have a free $10 worth of Xbox gift card points to use, so that'll be fun too. Don't know what I'm going to buy with that yet. I'm considering a retro game like Burnout Revenge is on there. I didn't know that was an Xbox 360 game, but apparently it was. And then also, because a lot of old racing games aren't on there because of licensing issues, but Burnout, they make their own fucking cars. Woo, just slap Burnout on there. Great job, lads. Don't know what I'm saying. They also have Unreal Championship 2, and I've never played an Unreal Championship game. I didn't even know they existed until a couple of years ago, so kind of tempted to get that. These are both like £9. So there's those. I kind of wish that there were more retro games that I personally was excited about on the backwards compatibility, which is a bit maybe selfish of me to say because their backwards compatibility library is crazy, but most of it is like Xbox exclusive games from like the original Xbox days. It's stuff like I've never heard of and looks really terrible because it's obviously aged from that era. But yeah, I don't know, like I wish there was more Need for Speed games on there, but that's a licensing issue, and I wish there were more I don't know, games like Fur Fighters Vigo's Revenge, but that was never an Xbox game. It's stuff like this where I keep going, oh, would they have this? And I look it up and it's like, oh, they wouldn't have this, or oh, they don't have this, like RC Revenge. Like, I'm basically just thinking of my childhood favourites. Motor Mayhem. If this stuff propped up in the Xbox store, it wouldn't make a lick of sense, but I'll be well happy. Anyway, I'm probably getting a little bit tired of dodging greys now, so I'm going to let Future Christian rest. Thank you for watching this weird idea for a video, and I will see you in the next one. I hope I haven't lost you forever with this terrible video. And breathe. Sorry if that was a bit weird to you. That's just because I was doing it for the Audiosurf course. I totally didn't just forget the name of the game that we are currently playing. Oh my god, I need to shut up and leave. I'm going now. Goodbye.